Sports, I'm Gia Vang.
And I'm Terry McSweeney. We begin with that summer sizzle. Here's a live look from our network of traffic cameras. If you stepped outside, you probably felt, at least in much of the Bay Area, an excessive heat warning is in effect as temperatures hit triple digits.
We have team coverage tonight. Cinthia Pimentel is tracking just how hot it got today. But let's start with NBC Bay Area's Christie Smith in Brentwood. Christie, I notice you're in the shade. How are you and others dealing with this heat?
Well, it's better in the shade, but boy, it is hot out here. You know, we spoke with people around the East Bay today, and they told us that they had made plans to avoid being outside at the hottest part of the day, either finding air conditioning or another way to stay cool. In Brentwood, a trip to the pool was one way to cool off, and people who came here had plenty of company and a strategy.
If there's shade, we'll find it. Got some portable chairs.
Apply sunscreen every 2 hours and keep yourself hydrated.
In Livermore, MJ Moreno at Azul Restaurant downtown says they are ready for the hot temperatures.
That's the biggest thing we do. We offer fans with misters, and we try to keep them as comfortable as they can be.
Emma Jones was downtown, but not for long.
Afternoon, we will be inside with the air conditioning on.
So power went off today around 8:45 in the morning.
Across town, just under 2,000 customers in one Livermore neighborhood lost power for a few hours this morning. PG&E told them it would be back on before noon.
It's going to be tough to stay cool. We have all the shades shut right now, so if the power doesn't come back on, try not to open up the fridge.
Meantime, in Walnut Creek, it was also hot. People wore hats, shorts, and made the best of it.
Gotta get some food, but I'm going back in the AC.
Of course, there are cooling centers open in the Bay Area as an option, and we have a link to them on our homepage at NBCBayArea.com. Reporting live in Brentwood, Christie Smith, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, Christy, thank you very much. Let's bring in Cinthia Pimentel, tracking the hot temperatures and seeing how hot and how long going to be around.
Oh, yeah, we are in the thick of it now. We've been talking about the buildup to this heat. Today, the hottest day of the weekend out west under the excessive heat warning until tomorrow night. So we have a long way to go is the unfortunate news for you this afternoon. Let's take a look at what's happening outside at this very hour. Livermore, 104 degrees, and we can see that high pressure trapping that ozone right at the lower level. So some unhealthy air for people that are in that sensitive group this afternoon. Let's take it out to San Rafael. A little bit of a better air quality for people in the North Bay, but still 95 degrees at 5:03 this afternoon. In San Francisco, typical Bay Area summer evening. We're seeing that marine layer rolling over the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's going to be a comfortable night for the immediate Bay as we see that breeze coming in to relieve us from that heat. But it is still very, very hot and will continue to be uncomfortable for people in the East Bay. We've got 105 in Fairfield at this hour, 101 in Dublin, 100 in San Martin, and these temperatures are going to continue with us tomorrow. We're seeing that sizzling heat remaining inland. Foggy start out at the coast. We are tracking a little bit of a change, though. Notice here, chance of some thunderstorm with the change in the wind pattern. I'll walk you through what that means for us here in the Bay Area coming up in my full forecast in a little bit. Back to you guys. Cinthia, thank you. Because of the heat, BART trains, they're running at slower speeds, so keep that in mind if you're riding between the Orinda and Pittsburgh Bay Point stations. The same goes for the stretch of track between the Castro Valley and Dublin Pleasanton stations. The delay is about 10 minutes extra per trip. BART expects to resume normal speeds in just about an hour, 6 o'clock.
Just a moment ago, Christy was talking about that small power outage in Livermore this morning. The heat obviously can cause problems, but PG&E says it is not expecting any widespread outages this weekend. The utility has workers and extra equipment on standby in places hitting triple digits. It's also asking people to please cut down on your electricity usage to relieve the strain on the power grid. A good resource to have during this heat wave, our NBC Bay Area app. You can keep an eye on the temperatures in your neighborhood, and it is free to download.